once again, this is the new features section for September of 2015. Recently, we haven't had a whole lot of new features that have come out. We are currently working on a data acquisition rebuild that's going to allow for us to have sold data here in the near future, be able to provide us with multiple intraday updates, be able to have listings more fresh and being pushed out. So we'll go over some of our newer stuff now. So as our next one comes out for our new features, we'll probably have a lot more to present. Our team has been dedicated to getting our data acquisition up and running. So to get started, one of the first ones that we've recently added here not too long ago is the automatic lead login from email updates. This is going to be for when you capture a lead on your website, they sign up, any new property that comes in that matches the criteria that they have saved, whether it's an individual listing or a saved search, clients will be able to log in from the email, or actually view the email that it gets sent out from you. Once they click on a specific listing and it takes it back to that details page on your website, it does allow for the client to not have to go back in and log in. It'll automatically log it in directly from the email update that gets sent out. Once you capture your lead on your website, it's going to automatically create the account for your client. Inside of here, where the My Account information is on their own personal dashboard, or you can do this on your side as well, is inside the My Account info once they're logged in. On the very bottom, they'll have to go down and click Email Updates Auto Login. So the client will actually have to click on this one, yes or no. By default, it will be displaying no. But it's just going to make it easier for driving them right directly back to your location. So in other words, if they're on a mobile device, on a desktop, it'll automatically log them in just based off of this one here. So if they log into different computers, show other people, pull it up on somebody else's phone, whatever it may be, or a tablet, it's going to automatically log them in based off of the email login. You can also log in directly from the agent or broker side within your own dashboard and go do this for your client. So that way they don't have to go in and rely on it themselves. It can automatically be done on your side, just depending on what the client wants to do. Another thing that doesn't get really looked at too much is the mobile first templates. Now, if you take a look at the screen here, on mobile first, what it does is it's going to recognize the container that it's available to display in. And as a screen shrinks down or gets larger, it's going to keep the containers correctly so there is no overlapping. So it's kind of hard to tell, but on this example right here, this is a non-responsive mobile-first template. When I did the screenshot of this one, this is actually a shrunk-down desktop view, so I brought the windows in a little bit. You'll see that the map is set at a container of a certain amount of pixels wide, such as like 800 or 900. Well, as the screen goes in, the map is going to stay at that 800 or 900. So when you select and use mobile first templates with the IDX broker pages, it's going to shrink the map down so that there is no overlapping like this. Because if you imagine, if you go in a little bit further, it's going to cover some of those property listings that are there. And you're not going to be able to slide over it because that widget that's on the right for existing users that's displayed, it's not going to allow you to go underneath that without moving the map. On a mobile first template that you can use, and this is the same thing that goes for basic search, advanced search, listing ID, address search, all those individual pages, results pages, details pages, if you choose and use the mobile first templates, you won't have that overlapping. Also, it will stack up on top of each other if it's on an iPhone, or if it's going to be displayed on a smaller monitor, or if you want to shrink it down and run two screens at one time, depending on your personal preferences or your clients. So once again, it's not going to overlap. This is going to be, it will bring that container in as the site goes down. So you'll see here, this is shrunk down even further. I kept going in, took it in, probably about half screen, and you'll see that it starts to elongate kind of the stuff on the right-hand side, but it doesn't remove anything, and it keeps the separation between your map and any widget that you may have on the side. A lot of times people like to put featured listings over on the right-hand side, so it's not going to eliminate and remove any of the content on the right sidebar. A lot of times you like to capture your lead over there. This one here just happens to be a lead login so that they can get right back into their account. So it's very important when you choose which template you want to use. Mobile first is a great way to go. It just kind of keeps your site a lot cleaner looking and less messy, less overlapping. And you'll see also right above the map the additional search pages that are available, such as like advanced, basic, and map search. Those typically are all stretched out in one line. As it came in, it dropped it down to 2 rows, so that way it can still be viewable and visible, and also so that people can call that to action if they want to switch pages. On a mobile wrapper, so IDX provides a mobile wrapper. If you have a non-responsive website, you can still have it displayed on a mobile design. It does take its own wrapper, so it's got its own color, its own contact information. Everything's going to be separate and not really match the exact branding of your site. But however, it does allow any device to be able to browse your website, even if your site's not responsive. This particular one is a map search page. It does fall under the same category for results pages, details pages, and search pages. Getting back to your other pages is a little bit more difficult. You do actually have to click on the menu button in the top right, or the back arrow is going to take you back. So it's a little bit clunky. It does function well, but it's a little bit easier when you do use the mobile first ones. If you do have any predefined searches, or if you have any custom subheaders inside a search page, results page, or details page, it does not automatically apply any of those custom subheaders. You actually have to go in and basically copy what you have for your custom subheader, go into the subheader section of IDX Broker, and add inside the mobile section that same custom subheader. So you kind of got to duplicate it, but you're letting it know that it's on 2 separate ones. With the mobile first template, it's going to still have your same site stylization. So on the page that I showed before, it had the blue navigation menu, the blue icons, and then I also have other content that's stacked up on top of this. It's going to keep all of your branding and everything still the same. Your logos and everything will stay up above. You can access your navigation menu by clicking on the 3 bars up in the top right-hand corner. So it can go to any search page. It can go back to any of your regular pages that's on your main website, or any IDX Broker page. You can set up that navigation menu within your account. And when you scroll down, so when you go to a mobile first, like a map search page, it's going to stay only on that map search page, not allow you to do any other functionality besides for go back. With a mobile first wrapper, you can just simply scroll down, and that's the bottom of the map that it's displaying right here. And here's that side widget that was on there, which is for the existing user. So any widgets that you have is going to stack everything up on top of each other. It'll make your screen a lot longer, but you're not going to be going back and forth on any pages. It's just a matter of it's going to allow you to scroll, keep your own branding, and be able to get to your own links that you already have on the site. The next new thing that we have done is a widget builder, which is a copy and paste. This works out really well if you have any saved links. So why would you want to create widgets for any saved links? That's always a question that we do kind of get. When you create custom saved links, it's going to be on an IDX Broker landing page. The great thing that you can do with a widget is you can put them on any other website. So if you build a specific community web page or an area or subdivision, you can actually create, like SheldonCommunityHomes.com. You can add a predefined search that you've already done. You can copy that specific URL and add the widget to that website. So that way, if you want to really concentrate on the SEO for that specific community area or subdivision and draw traffic to it rather than doing a redirect, you can add content to that specific page and add this widget right directly to it. Keep in mind, when you have somebody that clicks on that property from that widget, it will take it back to the details page that's registered with your IDX Broker account. And I'll do a little walkthrough real quick about how to create a saved link. Or I'm sorry, the copy and paste. So we're going to go into our preferences, saved links, and then click on manage. And then we want to do one for West Eugene homes for sale. So we've created a predefined search. It's inside here. We want to go and edit that. And then we want to go into the second tab, which is going to be edit link by hand. Inside this one is going to be this whole little string where it says page equals homes and IDX ID. That's the whole URL string. We're going to copy that and then go up above where it says designs. And then we're going to click on widgets, and then we want to create a widget. Once you get into this screen, you're going to want to select what type of widget that you want to create. So you can create one with a showcase, slideshow, or carousel widget. You got 3 widgets that you can use as an option. This particular one, we'll go ahead and do a carousel. And then it's going to bring up a properties to feature section. Down at the very bottom of it, we're going to select build, copy and paste link. And then back where we copied that page URL from that saved search, we're going to paste it inside this section. And then down below, we want to select whether we want to be responsive or non-responsive. Responsive was basically what we were talking about with the search pages. Now, responsive can also be done with widgets. So as your website shrinks down, or it's on a mobile device, it will detect it, and it will shrink it down to fit the screen correctly. So we're going to name this one the same thing, West Eugene Homes. And then when you click on Build a Widget, you've got 2 different options also. If up above where it says Build Widget, you've got the opportunity to open widget links in a new window, or you can keep them on it. Sometimes if you're going to be building these widgets to display on other domains, it's sometimes best to open it up in a new window. That way that page doesn't change and take it away from that landing page that you have them on. They'll be able to go right back to it and maybe select another property that's right within that specific community subdivision area for that landing page that you've created. So down below, when you go into the widget code, it's going to generate this script. So you've got 2 options here. With WordPress, you can go right into your dashboard, pull the widget over, but oftentimes if you're going to be building these separate landing sites, you're going to have to embed it with script. Basically what you got is right down here, you're going to highlight it, right click and copy it, or you can do it later when you're in the preview. So you can always go and preview this widget just to make sure that it's going to work correctly. So this is the predefined search that we did for this neighborhood. So it is showing that it is pulling in results. That's another good thing to do, is make sure that the results are pulling in for what you've selected. Again, you can also grab the script from this section here, where you'll copy that, and then you'll go into the landing page wherever you want it to be displayed at, and you're going to embed this script via the HTML section of that page. This little script will generate this slideshow widget where it's going to, or I'm sorry, a carousel widget where you can cycle through any of these properties. Like I said, once it's clicked, if you do have it enabled to open up in a new window, it will open up a new tab or a new window depending on what you have on your computer set up. So it's a great little way to kind of keep and manage your guys' SEO. Another new feature that we have put in just recently is going to be an OmniBar search widget. This particular one is set up only for WordPress right now. We were able to develop this with our WordPress API. In the future, yes, it probably will be available to add as a quick search widget on any website just via script. But as for now, it was a quick and easy one to kind of do a test out, and WordPress has actually worked out very well. The widget is responsive. You can select it, so as the screen shrinks down, it will shrink down also. The cool thing about it is you can put it in 2 separate areas. This also does have predictive text, so once you start typing, it will put in, like if you put in Eugene, or like EUG, it'll predictive text Eugene. So for this example, we've got 2 separate sections. You've got the main body of the landing page. So I stripped everything out of my website. This is just like freshly getting a new site. You got two sections. You can put it in the main area, or you can put it in a sidebar. Like I said, if with it being responsive, it will shrink it down to the container that it's available. Inside your WordPress dashboard, so some of you this may not go well with because you don't actually have a WordPress site, but we'll continue just for those that do. Once you have created any widget, you want to go into your account and refresh your plugin and your API, and it'll pull over all your widgets. This one here is a WordPress one. If you don't currently have it in your WordPress available, you may need to update to the newest IDX Broker plugin. Once you do that, it'll automatically add the OmniBar search widget to it and the OmniBar with extra fields. So you got two options. To add it, you would go into Appearance and then select Widgets. And then for this particular one, for my main body of the page, it's going to be on Home top left. So we'll go down and we'll select IDX Omni Search Widget, select Home top, and then we're going to click on Add Widget. Once you do that, up in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see that your widget has been added. Click on Save. And when you refresh that page, it should display your Quick Search widget. Again, you can add city, postal code, address, or listing ID, and it will pull up that specific listing right there or perform that search depending on what you guys want to do. Another option is going to be the extra fields. So we'll go show you basically what it's going to look like for the extra fields. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually replace the one that I just created and put the one with extra fields in there. So we're going to choose Appearance, Widget, go in and tap on the IDX Omni with extra fields, and we're going to apply it to the Home top left and click Add Widget. Now another option that you can do is you can add a title to it. So before I didn't add any title to it and there was nothing above there. Now if you want, you can add a quick search title, and when you do that, it will display quick search up above it. You can name this anything that you want. Once you click Save, reload it, you'll see that it's got quick search up above, but now you have the option of doing a max price, max bed, or bed and bath, and it does display the maximums. Once you click search, it'll just be your standard search. So now what we want to do is we want to take a look at adding one over to your sidebar. For my top right sidebar, it's going to be Home top right. So we'll go back into the WordPress dashboard inside Appearance, Widgets, and we're going to go down. I'm not going to do the one with the extra fields. I think it would be a little bit too long, so we're going to keep it simple. Basically allow people just to type in a city and go. Home top right and select Add Widgets. Again, you can name that widget again or leave it blank depending on if you want to make it have something on there or not. It's completely up to you. And then once you add it, so you'll see that the container is going to fit. It is going to shrink it down. It's not going to have as much of an area to type in, but you'll see how the predictive text is actually going to help you out, and so it's going to clean it up, bring it down a little bit. Once you start typing anything, it will display out the predictive text. And again, you can name it, and that's how your name would display. If not, it is responsive, so it will shrink that box down a little bit for you. Here's an example on a live website. This is what it would look like. So this is actually for our Platinum demo. If you wanted to take a look at what this looks like in a live environment, you can go to our Platinum demo account, which is going to be ptdemo.idxbroker.com. Again, that's P as in Paul, T as in Tom, demo.idxbroker.com. And that very front page is going to have that OmniBar up there for you to take a look at. Okay, so that kind of completes everything that we've got. It's pretty short. Like I said, hopefully on our next one, we're going to have a lot more new features to talk about. But if I wanted to, I can go over some Q&A if anybody has some questions and get that answered for you. Like I said, this webinar was recorded and it will be available to view later on. It usually takes about a day, sometimes two, up to our YouTube channel. Keep a lookout for our future upcoming webinars. Those are all available to see on our main navigation at the website at idxbroker.com. And be sure to follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel.